The yin and the yang. I'm sure you've heard of this, right? Balance in life. People talk about it all the time. This symbol, right? This little symbol. A lot of people pronounce it wrong too. They say yin, yin with a G, yang. It's yin, Y-I-N, yang. By the way, just my 2 cents. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is about yin yang simplified. And yin yang imbalance in your body and what that means related to you, your health, and even the 5 elements. So sit tight. Welcome back to another video. My name is Jen Palco. Let's talk about the yin yang again today. Yin yang, right? Very universal symbol for life, balance in life. But what is true balance, right? This video, I'm going to try to simplify it for you, related to you and your body, and whether you're in alignment to yourself, your element type, all that good stuff. All right, so yin yang, not yin yang, yin yang. A lot of people pronounce it wrong. I just did. No worries, it's Y-I-N. Get that straight, look it up. Okay, yang. Yang has to do with expansion, outward expression. So most people, I did a video like a 1.5 years ago, whether you're a yin or a yang personality type, and I don't like to fit people into boxes, but I figured this was a good video. People would be interested because they love personality types and even the 5 element types, personality types. We have yin, we have yang in our body. We have all the elements, 5 elements in our body: fire, earth, metal, water, wood. We usually have 1 or 2 that are more dominant, more strong, and the same goes for yang and yin. We are either more of a yang personality per se, or more of a yin personality, or we're more prone to a yin deficiency or a yang deficiency or an excess of yang in our body. It all depends on not only lifestyle, but all sorts of stuff as we go through this thing called life. So yang, okay? Yang is about upward, outward. I'll use an example. So yang, what do you think of when you think of yang? Fire, fire. So if I were to light something on fire in this room, maybe my hair, whatever, I'm not going to do that. But think of fire. Look at fire, right? It's upward moving. If I were to set something on fire, what would it do? It would upward move and it would spread out, okay? That is your yang. It's, if you think of fire, it's not very solid, right? It's very movable, it's very flighty, it spreads very easily. That is your yang. Yin, on the other hand, yin anchors yang. So here's an example. Oh yeah. So, oh man, I just hit my microphone. I'm sorry about that. So this is a sandbag, okay? This is my anchor. So if I were to, boom, smack it to the floor, it anchors stuff down. I don't have a balloon, but if this was a balloon, this is where I do exercise, by the way, if you haven't noticed this room. If this was a balloon and this was floating, pretend this is floating, right? You can compare this to yang, right? Floating up. And the sandbag anchors stuff down. So the balloon is more like yang, chi energy. And the sandbag is anchoring down, so it's more blood, okay? Blood in your body. It's more solid. It's more, gives you the structure in your body, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so yin and yang. You need the balance within your body. You need the blood, but you also need the movement and energy to go about life. Now, some people are prone to being more yang or more yin deficient. Now, how does this happen? This happens usually because you're living out of alignment to yourself. You're doing too many things. So disease happens in the body, imbalance happens in the body when we are either repressing stuff, okay, we're not allowing ourselves to express, we're too much here, and we're not allowing ourselves the upward, the outward movement, or we're too much up here, we're too much moving, we're constantly doing, we're constantly trying to keep up with other people when it's not our capacity to do so in our bodies. We're all very different, and I know in our society we try to always do what other people are doing. But for example, if you are a water or even an earth or a metal element type, these are more on the yin side, okay? Wood and fire are more yang. They have more energy push behind them to be more of like on the go always. They like stimulation. They like to work very hard, compete, a lot of power, a lot of muscle behind it. But if you're here and you're more in a yin state, you're more yin personality, and you're trying to be fire or you're trying to be wood, you can do it. But eventually you're going to get to a point where you have to will yourself to keep doing it, to try to keep up. Because what happens is if you don't have the energy to back you up, to always go, try to keep up, fast pace, if you're more like earth, which is very slower pace, or water, more slower paced personality, and you're trying to fit yourself into the go society or a workplace in your career, you're going to get burnt out. Eventually, you're going to get burnt out. You're going to burn out your yang or your yin. Okay, so if you're here and you're living your life just from up here all the time, only up here, only in your yang, you're trying to keep up. You're burning yourself. You're burning your yang. You're burning your yang. You're burning your yang. Your yin's going to get dried up. There's an imbalance there, right? Because you're always living up here. There's no balance. This is going to get very deficient. You're going to get very like blood deficient and stuff like that. So there's always this relationship with yourself. There's always a relationship with yourself. And, by determining which element type you might be, it's you're determining whether you are living in alignment to yourself, okay? Whether you are living in alignment to your body's needs. If you find yourself getting sick, if you find yourself having insomnia all the time, if you find yourself anxious a lot and stuff like that, you may not be anchoring your yin, okay? Think of that sandbag. If you're always living up here and you are never anchoring yourself with anything, with any self-care, with any nurture, if you're never slowing down and you're never living life in any of these, and you're always living like up here, right? Always living up here. There's never anything to anchor you down. You're going to always be up, up, up. It's always going to be like fire up here, okay? Always going to be fire, and you're going to burn yourself out. And you're going to there's going to be nothing left, pretty much. So I don't know. It's just a kind of a simplified way of looking at it. When we think of yin yang, we have to think of not only the balance of nature and everything in life, but you, yourself, and how you have a relationship to the world around you, how you need to look at, what your tendencies are, whether you feel like you're burning yourself out, you're trying to be somebody who you're not, you're willing yourself to do things that aren't in your nature, and you're feeling tired out, and you're starting to have, lower back pain and joint pain and insomnia and all kinds of stuff. Because symptoms don't just come out of nowhere. Symptoms come from something, not always just from an injury, right? We know this. Or we say, oh, well, I developed, back pain out of the blue, out of nowhere. Well, no, it's not out of nowhere. It could be that you're not nourishing your yin. You're not taking enough time for yourself. You're not slowing down enough. You're not recovering enough because you're always trying to make other people happy at work, or you're always traveling, for other people, or you're always on the go and planning activities and stuff like that. And you're never nurturing, the softer side of yourself, the softer side. And your yin's going to get dried up, okay? Same if you're more like a fire or wood personality and you need to express yourself. You need to move. And you find that you're living too much. Say you have like a husband or wife who's like a couch potato, and you're so much in your earth, or you're so much like in your water, and water is more like isolated, secluded, and you're cutting yourself off from other people, and you're never getting, you have all this energy that you're oppressing, that you're stuffing down when you should be expressing it. That's going to lead to disease in the body. That's going to lead to wrinkles also. So don't think wrinkles are just topical. Usually wrinkles on the face are from the underexpression or overexpression of emotions. Okay, a lot of times we like to repress trauma. We like to not express ourselves because maybe it's frowned upon, or maybe, I don't know, it depends how we grew up, or it depends what kind of relationship we're in. So yeah, if you are like a wood or a fire person, more of these yang, and you're repressing emotions too much, then that's going to affect you too. So you have to understand yourself. This is getting to know yourself better, like I said. So I hope this was helpful. Just give you a little overview of yin and yang in your body, because disease, again, disease and pain and all these things don't just come out of nowhere. Don't just pop up like a bubble out of nowhere. No. Think of fire, right? Fire, and then think of the anchor, anchoring yourself down. So think about it, okay? Look at yourself, where you feel most alive in your life. Are you a person who likes to perform and express yourself, and you like to travel, and you're more fiery energy, or wood, you're very productive or very competitive in nature? Or are you more like you like to stay at home and just be around family or take care of other people? Or metal likes to be a little more withdrawn or detached from people, or water likes to, very intellectual, likes to sit home and read a book, right? Hang out in a library or a coffee shop, or things that are a little more quiet, not go to huge parties and stuff like that. Determine who you are and how you are living your life. Okay, so the first step, determine who you are. What are your strengths? Natural strengths. Not necessarily ones that you were trained, because we can be trained to be good at anything, really. Natural. What were you born with? What were you gifted with? What gives you energy instead of takes it away from you, right? What gives you energy naturally? What can you do for hours and not be affected, like your energy is not drained by it, right? Lights you up inside, lights your spirit up. So that's the first step, determine that. And then how are you living your life? Are you living your life in alignment to these, or are you living your life trying to be somebody or not? Are you a water who's trying to be too fiery? Are you a fire who's trying to be too earthy or watery? Are you an earth who's always trying to be wood? This is like our society, right? Work, 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 no pain, no gain, right? So determine that, and it'll tell you a lot about yourself and why you may either be unhappy in your career, in your relationship, in your life, or why you might be drained, or why you're having physical ailments pop up, why you're anxious all the time, why you feel stressed all the time, why you are so darn tired that you can't get out of bed anymore. Well, maybe you're burning yourself out. So I hope this was helpful. Just gives you a little overview of yin yang and even the 5 elements and how you are living your life. Let me know in the comments below, if you would, what you think. Subscribe. I put out new videos every single week for you. If you want more videos on yin yang or the 5 elements, I've done a video on each element type, so it can give you a better idea of what your dominant element might be. Usually have 1 or 2, like I said, versus which ones are a little on the weaker side for you. But I've done a bunch of videos on that. I'm going to put some links below, so check those out. Other than that, have a great day, and I will see you on the next video. Peace out.